Hey guys, so this is going to be another video about speculating on Steam, basically buying and selling Steam items and hoping to make money. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, here's another video. Now, in the last video that I made, I talked about these two crates right here, and it looks like I was semi-right about them. So I made the video around here when they were about like 58, maybe 60 cents, and since then they have gone up quite a bit. They went all the way up to about 86 cents and they've dropped off since then. But these have not been discontinued yet, so they're not going to go up in price that much. They're only going to go in price whenever they're discontinued, and that's not going to happen until at least the beginning of the next year. It might get delayed by more. So that's that. But anyways, so a few things have happened with the Steam market. We do have some new skins that have been data mined from PUBG, so I'm going to be talking about this in just a little bit, but first I kind of want to go over the stuff that's been happening. So because some skins were released, because somebody data mined some skins that are going to be released in the future, expectations have changed. A lot of people, because these skins were data mined, have started dumping their Gamescom crates. And because of that, you had about 10,000 extra crates dumped onto the market, 10,000 net crates. So more than that has been dumped onto the market over the past few days. And because of that, these have actually gone down in price quite a bit. So I did think about this for quite a while, and I don't think that this will last. I think that eventually these will get bought up again and this will go back up in price. So I'm not particularly worried, but I'll get to that in just a little bit. But anyways, so new skins. So I'll post a link in the description to this, but somebody data mined a bunch of skins that they're going to be releasing in PUBG whenever the game actually comes out. We don't know if the crate that they're going to come in is going to be free or paid, but it's a bunch of different skins. I'll take a closer look at them in just a little bit. And there's also rumors, they have found evidence that there's actually going to be gun skins, meaning that the rifles in the game, whenever you play first person, is going to be something like CSGO or H1Z1 where you actually have gun skins, which is good. I think it's pretty cool. And there's going to be potential to make money there. Now, the skins that are going to be coming out whenever the game actually gets released are better quality than pretty much everything that we have right now. So a lot of the stuff that you have right now in terms of just Gamescom and these two, a lot of these are fairly plain and that's fairly easy to determine. I mean, everybody on Reddit is talking about this, but personally, I don't think that they're going to go down in price that much whenever these get released. And I'll explain in just a little bit. But a lot of these skins, if you look at them, they have a lot more detail. They're a little bit more interesting. A lot of these also resemble stuff that we have right now. So where is it? So these bandanas, there's two new bandanas, and they're releasing two new bandanas, this one right here and this one right here. And when talking about these skins, by the way, I'm going to assume that the developers are smart and that these bandanas, for example, are not going to be a common item or something that's really easy to obtain. I'm going to assume that the developers are intelligent in the rarity of these items. And so far, I think that should be the case because the only bandana that is currently available in the game is worth over $1,000, and if you think about it, a piece of dirty virtual cloth in this game right now is worth over $1,000, which is it's pretty funny. And if somebody doesn't really understand these sorts of things, it might seem very, very strange, but that's the way that it is. So what people have been thinking is that whenever these come out, people think that the prices of these are going to drop. The prices of these bandanas are going to drop. And I don't think that that's the case. So whenever these two come out, what's going to happen, okay, let me establish a different premise really quickly. So the way that skins go up in these games is generally there is a higher demand than there is a supply. Now, right now you can only buy one of these. So if you want a piece of cloth for your face for $1,000, there's only one of these in the game. So, well, it's the reason why it's worth so much. And there's a very small amount of them. As you introduce more of these items into the game, more similar items, these won't necessarily drop in price because the only people that have these right now are people who have a lot of money to spare. So people aren't going to be selling them off to try to buy these, which are going to be cheaper. What's going to happen is that whenever new players join the game, they're going to have the option to either buy these new ones or they're going to be able to buy this one. And what's simply going to happen is as more and more of similar items to this one get introduced, this one is just simply not going to go up as fast as all the other ones. So it's probably not going to drop off. It might drop off a little bit when the new crate gets released, but it's not going to drop a lot. It will just simply go up slower than perhaps it has been going up. So this crate has gone up from about $20 to about $1,000 right now, which is a lot, and it will continue going up in the next year or two, I think, but it will just happen slower. And the same thing is going to occur for most other skins, I think. They are probably going to have a drop whenever these get released, but that's that. So the question is, how do we make money off of this? So if you wanted to actually make money by trying to time a lot of these new skins, there's not a lot of ways of doing it because you cannot short items on the Steam market. You cannot short things as you can with stocks. But if you actually wanted to try to make money, the only items that I think will continue going up in price fairly significantly are the skirts, which might seem pretty weird, but there's not really that many of these in the game. There's only a few. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any new ones introduced. So the only items that are really not going to be introduced are going to be these skirts. All the other items that are really in the game, there are going to be similar items. So like the trench coat, for example, there's going to be a few fairly similar coats. Where is it? There's this one, there's this one. There's going to be a few coats and jackets and all that stuff coming out. So there are going to be more items, but here's the thing. There's going to be parachutes, they're going to be probably going to be gun skins, and I assume that eventually the developers will add a trade-up system. So something similar to CSGO. CSGO has that trade-up system where you can take 10 of an item and trade it up for one of a higher rarity. And I think that they're going to I think they'll introduce the same system into this game once the game is fully released, because I think that the developers of this game are fairly smart, and I think that they know exactly what they're doing when it comes to skins. So you're going to have a trade-up system. So if you plan to hold any of these for a very long time, you're not going to particularly lose a lot of value as more and more of these crates come out. Also, I think that as these crates come out, it's not really going to matter that much, because if you look at CSGO, now there are a few differences with CSGO, but if you look at CSGO, CSGO has had billions upon billions of dollars poured into it in the form of new crates over the course of a few years. Billions, not millions, billions with a B. And the price of the items has been fairly stable, and some items have gone up fairly significantly over that time. So the introduction of extra items into a game does not mean that past items are going to go down, even if the past items are dull. So I don't think that we're going to have a lot of that happening in the future. Or I don't think that that's necessarily the case. Right? Also, this game is growing at a very fast pace, so just a lot of new people joining. 168,000 players have joined in the past 20 days or so. That's average players at any given moment, so that's probably in the millions in terms of buying the actual game. So a lot of people are joining. Also, we are approaching Christmas time, and during Christmas, a lot of people are going to be off of work, off of school. A lot more casual players are going to be playing this game, and casual players are going to be buying the skins, which is going to drive up the price quite a bit. Because right now, the casual players are not really playing that much. They're playing at a regular pace, but over Christmas, they increase the amount of time that they play, and in return, they also increase the amount of demand for items in the market. So I've been rambling on for quite a bit. For those of you who are still here, if you're wondering how you could make money, hopefully this gives you an idea. Hopefully you have an understanding of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the rarity and how all of these different things piece together in terms of items going up or down in price. And if you wanted to buy items right now to try to make money for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, there's not particularly a lot that you could buy. Your best guess would probably be to do something. So let me go back here and check really quickly. Yeah. So Gamescom keys. I've talked about this before, but Gamescom keys, for example, they go through these little cycles where I wish I could zoom the chart at a different level. So after a month, the chart gets leveled out and you can't really do it. But if you wanted to buy these keys, you could buy them in game for $2.49, and you would need to sell them for $2.87 to break even on the market. If you sell them for more than that, you can make a profit. So right now you can probably make a profit of 17 cents per key on the market. 16 cents. I think 16 cents. Yeah, so 16 cents per key on the market, and it has very little risk. And these things go up in cycles. So you can buy these for $2.49, and then you wait for them to go up at around $3. You sell them all, and whenever they go up to about $3, a lot of people see this, and because they see these keys going up, a lot of people are going to be buying them right now in game. And in a week, whenever these keys get unbanned from being able to be sold on the market, people are going to start dumping them onto the market, and it's going to drive the price back down to this level. And these keys go up in a cycle. The last cycle lasted for about a month, where you couldn't sell them and make a profit. But if you have extra money lying around right now, which I don't, all of my money is in Gamescom crates right now, but if you have extra money lying around, keep track of these keys. Whenever you see them below the $2.87 mark, after they've been there for a while, It might be worth grabbing a few of these and just holding on to them and waiting until they break that $2.87 mark, and then you can make a little bit of money just by rinse and repeat in the Steam market. So you can do that. Other than that, there's not really a lot. You could try playing these crates. So these crates are fairly interesting. I've said that they were going to go up. What generally ends up happening is you have these little periods like right here where these crates shoot up because a lot of people are buying them because they're going up. And then eventually, once a big portion of the market ends up buying them and using up their money, they're going to start dropping back down again because everybody bought the crates that they wanted to buy. Everybody spent their money. And the cycle repeats. Once again, like I said, these crates are still available in game, so they're not going to go up too much. But if you see these crates running up, don't buy them. But if you see them drop like this, you could wait until probably the end of this week. Wait until next Sunday and then buy them once the next reset comes in. Because I think that once the next reset comes in, they're going to drop. You could probably buy them at the bottom and sell them for a little bit more. But stuff like this, there's no sure way other than these keys right here to make money right now. We're in a period right now where not much is really happening with this game. But like I said, these skins are fairly interesting. So people, because of these skins, people are selling off a lot of their items, especially the Gamescom crates on the market right now. So people are selling them off right now. But 10,000 of these things sell every single day. There's 38,000 on the market. Over the next month, you're going to have 300,000 of these sell. So chances are these are going to go up in price again around Christmas time, which is what I'm waiting for. I was hoping that I would have more to say, but I think that I've said everything that I really wanted to say. Once again, these new skins are better, but I don't think that they're going to have that much of an impact on the current market. Well, I do think that they're going to have much of an impact on the current market because everybody thinks that they're going to have an impact on the market. But after that period where these skins actually get introduced, I think that these will make a comeback. So they'll fall in price whenever these things get released, but afterwards they'll go back up. They'll start going back up because a lot of these they're not going to be in direct competition with the items that are currently in existence in the game. So something like these backpacks, for example, level 3 backpack, level 1 backpack, there's currently no skins in the game for these sorts of items. So whenever these get released, there's not going to be a lot of direct competition with a lot of the stuff that's currently in the game already. And because of that, the items will drop in price, but I don't think that they'll drop in price that much. And over time, I think they'll start going up again. So I'll make more videos about that when time approaches, when everything actually happens. But those are my expectations. So we'll see how right or how wrong I am on that. And that's pretty much all that I really wanted to say. These are the skins. Once again, they're cool. They're better than the old ones, but as I've said, I don't think that they're going to crash the current market. And a lot of people do think that they're going to crash the current market, which is why the market is currently somewhat crashing. Like if you look at these, they kind of spiked a little bit over the past 2 weeks or so, and now they're kind of falling again. But I think that any drops in prices right now that are going to be happening are going to be temporary, and they're mostly going to be happening because of future expectations. So as people dump all of their items and as they sell off, in a week or two, I think the whole Christmas stuff is going to come in, the Christmas money is going to come in, and these are going to go right back up. So if you want to make money, you might want to take a look at some of these items, see how they crash, and roughly when they hit the bottom of their crashes, you could buy a little bit of them and try to make a little bit of money and see how that goes. But I mean, if you buy items right now in the Steam market, November 20th, as I'm making this, if you buy them in about, I would say 3 or 4 days, I think they're going to crash a little bit more. But if you buy them in about 3 or 4 days, I think that your chance of losing money if you're going to wait till Christmas to sell them is very little, because pretty much everything, well, not everything, but a lot of items that are in PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, are going to go up because of the Christmas stuff. So yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, ask them in the comments and I'll answer them. But for the most part, that's really all that I really have to say. Not a lot happening, but I thought I'd do a little update and the new skins as well, which came out a few days ago. But yeah, let me know what you think.